Hey everybody, this is the Patzer with the Chess.com puzzle for August 2nd, 2019. Let's take a look. Clearly this is a puzzle about pawn promotion, and whoever gets promoted first, well, will that side win? As you can see, this and of course white's to go first. So the black pawn here is just a tad closer than this pawn. This pawn looks tantalizing, but of course the king is close enough that this pawn is just not going to make it. So when you look at the board and you think, okay, well, it's a race of this pawn against this pawn, and this pawn is going to get promoted first, what you notice, of course, is that when this pawn is promoted, the white king will not be in check. Whereas the other way around, it will be in check. That will give white a leg up. So, in fact, that's the way this puzzle works. And that's the solution to the puzzle. Now, solutions like these bother me because, of course, they don't end in mate, and there's chess left to be played. So what I found myself wondering, of course, is what happens next. So I tried playing the Stockfish engine in this position. Well, actually, I tried playing the Stockfish engine from the get-go, from the original position. And interestingly, let's take a look at the original position. And from here, much to my surprise, black chose to do that instead of going and promoting. And interestingly enough, there's no real difference whether the king steps out of the way or whether it doesn't step out of the way. So here's the solution. Okay, that's the solution, and here is Stockfish playing things out. As you can see, clearly those original queens are not going to be on the board at the end of the game. That's just the way it is. And so the real advantage for white in this setup is that it's got more pawns to promote. And there you go. There you have it. 22 moves. So if you were wondering what it was going to take, if you're like me, somebody who's a little nervous about how to nail black when there are two queens on the board, now you know. And by the way, that move right there for the king is key, because obviously if you waste time, and that's what I did the first time I played against the Stockfish engine, if you waste time chasing the king around, eventually you won't have some place to check the king, and that will allow the queen to come over here and check your king, and it's not good when that happens. So you gotta get the king squared away so that black has no obvious one move way for the queen to check the king, and that's it right there. And then of course it's all about getting rid of that queen, boy. And this is a foolproof way of doing it, right? I mean, if the black queen doesn't take the white queen, then there's no alternative. I mean, if the king gets out of the way, white queen takes the black queen. It's that's bad for black. So there you have it. There's the puzzle for August 2nd, 2019. This is the Patzer. Get out from behind the 8 ball, and I'll speak to you soon.